Oh, congressional hearings are the worst. I rarely get anything out of a congressional hearing. But man, damn, was there a good moment in a congressional hearing this week. There was a hearing in the House Committee on Oversight and Reform that was looking at the links between white supremacy and anti-LGBTQ extremism. So, they have this panel of quote unquote experts on this issue that they bring in. One of them was a person named Alejandra Caraballo, who is a clinical instructor at Harvard Law School's Cyber Law Clinic and is also a transgender woman.
I will not be intimidated and I will not be silenced in spite of the constant harassment and threats I receive.
Well, Representative Nancy Mace, who's a Republican from South Carolina, didn't think that Alejandra Caraballo ought to be speaking about such a subject. Why?
Only a few weeks after the attempted attack on a Supreme Court justice on June 25th, one of the witnesses, Alejandra Caraballo, tweeted out the following in response to a decision on abortion overturning Roe v. Wade, and I'll quote directly from the tweet: "The 6 justices who overturned Roe should never know peace again. It is our civic duty to accost them every time they're in public. They are pariahs. Since women don't have their rights, these justices should never have a peaceful moment in public again." So my last question today of Ms. Caraballo: do you stand by these comments, this kind of rhetoric on social media, and do you believe it's a threat to democracy?
Thank you, Representative, for the opportunity to clarify and provide context to my tweets.
I have a question, is it yes or no? Do you believe your rhetoric is a threat to democracy when you're calling to accost a branch of government, the Supreme Court?
I don't believe that's a correct characterization of my
tweeted,
statements.
Though. Did you not tweet that? That you thought that the Supreme Court justices should be accosted?
What I'm saying is that
yes
that is not an accurate characterization of my statements.
And I mean, I'm sorry. That's, first of all, it's embarrassing for Democrats who didn't vet this person for a congressional hearing. But it also proves a point that I've been talking about for a long time. And that is that you have these, really one-sided, this really one-sided focus when it comes to who's guilty of political violence. The right blames the left blames the right. When those of us with common sense know that extreme politics exists on both sides, political extremism, violence, the capacity for violence, it exists on both sides, and we see it, and threats online. And so any institution, any panel, any hearing that tries to look at political violence as a one-sided issue is just dishonest to me. Not only is it dishonest, it's clear to me that they're not actually looking to solve the problem. They're not actually looking to understand the problem because it's not a one-sided problem. And so here you have a case where you have a Democrat-led hearing about extremism and violence that's kind of perpetrated or flames are fanned by the right wing. And here they have this quote unquote expert sitting on the panel that's going to talk about this, who has fanned the flames of violence on social media. I mean, it's a joke. It turns the whole hearing into a joke. And so kudos to Rep. Nancy Mace for bringing the receipts and for painting a blistering picture of how hypocritical some of these hearings can be.